But it motivated me to understand that 1,600 people are dying every day in the United States from cancer. Every day, 1,600 people. And it's worse because 20,000 people are dying every day across the world. They don't have to die if they understood the truth. Because the stuff information I'm going to share with you in the next few minutes is a big part of that. Part of the reason I'm so emotional about it is because I realize I've been given the tools to help most of these people not die. From a unique perspective. One of those is because of my journey through life. Nothing special about me, it's just what I've been exposed to. My platform. But this is one of the key exposures. I don't know, does anyone know who this guy is? I'm going to let you know who he is. He's Ron Rosedale. He's an MD. He first told me about insulin in 1995. Absolutely changed my medical practice. Transformed it. And then about 7 years ago, he told me about the importance of mTOR. Has anyone heard of mTOR? Okay, it's short for mammalian target of rapamycin. It's an ancient biochemical pathway, very primitive pathway. We've only known about it for 15 years. Most of you did not learn about this in school because it was not discovered yet. So, and I'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. But so that knowledge, watching that movie, having the knowledge from Ron, and then I have the privilege of, maybe I just got smart enough as I grew up to realize that living in Chicago is not a healthy thing. So I moved to Florida, so I can get a little more sun, warmer weather, and not have to tolerate the miserable winters and lack of sunshine. So I am able to walk on the beach pretty much every day. And I walk about 2 hours. Now, I'm a pretty busy guy, and it's difficult to justify that time investment without multitasking, so I read books. I read 150 books last year. Would anyone like to know the best book I read last year? Who wants to know? I'll tell you. Tripping Over the Truth. If you have cancer, if you know anyone who has cancer, if anyone in your practice has cancer, you want to read this book. Really important book. So the combination of those three factors, Ron, the book, the movie, light bulbs went off. I realized, and then my platform, that I have, this is like a puzzle. It's a 10,000 piece puzzle, okay? That needs to be put together so people can understand and apply it. And that's what I'm in the process of doing. I've never, ever, ever been so passionate about a topic. And compiling this in an easy to understand information. I've not written about this before, it's not on the site, so this is pretty much new information. What is it? So what is the big issue here? The big issue is the vast majority of medical professionals believe that cancer is a nuclear genetic disease. Right? So it's not. And this is one of the This is Tom Seyfried, who is a professor at Boston College. He's what I call a third-generation Warburg disciple. Otto Warburg, everyone's heard of him, right? He's the MD, PhD, probably the most brilliant biochemist of the 20th century, who developed some of the initial thoughts that changed the whole thinking about cancer and the treatment of cancer. And then he had Pete Peterson at Johns Hopkins take up his work, and then Seyfried learned from Peterson for the most part. But he wrote this book, Cancer as a Metabolic Disease, which is an expensive textbook. You don't really want to get it, but it's good if you're really passionate about it. And it's a PDF that you can get. I think it's the same title that you can easily get online. But essentially what he compiled